What's up, everybody? It's Raymond and Scar here with another episode of the Brew Sportscast. Refreshing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Dobby likes good beer.
Oh my gosh, this guy. Before we get started on tonight's episode, today is Tuesday, November 1st. It was the NFL trade deadline. We're just going to talk about a few of the trades made around the league today. So let's get started. What do you think about Bradley Chubb to Miami?
I mean, that's a big one. That definitely helps them out.
Yeah.
I mean, and what did they trade for? Was it just some picks?
Was it a pick? No, they got two draft picks and Chase Edmonds.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Edmonds went to Denver.
Yeah, but Miami's got plenty of running backs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that'll definitely bolster their defense. And
yeah. Speaking of running backs, Nyheim Hines from the Colts was traded to the Bills.
I didn't hear that one.
Yeah, you must not have seen the text that I sent to the group.
No.
But Nyheim Hines to the Bills, when they have Zach Moss, they have, who's their starter?
Devin Singletary.
I couldn't remember his name.
James Cook.
And James Cook. So they got four now.
Nice.
You know, unless they're going to use Hines as like a...
I wonder why they would even make that trade.
Yeah.
Like do they really need Hines?
Right. That's what I was thinking.
Like,
and
then I mean the big one.
Yeah,
that I'm excited about.
Calvin Ridley.
Yes.
Yeah, here to Jacksonville.
Dude, even though I mean we're not going to see him this season, but
and possibly next. You never know.
Hopefully not.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully we do see him.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope they don't just sign him to some stupid 1-year deal. I hope they sign him to multi-year.
Yeah.
Because I'm tired of like getting these like big names and then we sign him to a 1-year deal and then we're...
Well, I believe what Adam said earlier when he's... Or Brandon, I don't remember who it was. When he's reinstated, he has 1 year left. And it's $11 million. So, like Adam
I'm
said,
just saying, I hope they sign him.
Re-sign him for another big deal.
Yeah. And
then we would have Ridley, Kirk,
I mean,
Jones.
You remember before, when was it last year that he went out? It was towards the end of last year.
He left middle of the year last year.
But before he went out, I mean, the dude was freaking stud.
He was balling, yeah. He's a wide receiver 1.
Yeah. I actually think... Did anybody get screwed coming? No, nobody took him as a keeper coming in this year. I don't know.
No.
But no, I'm very excited like to have him, and he's a downfield threat. And
yes.
Yeah.
Yep. It's exciting.
Especially since we probably may not have Marvin Jones Jr. most likely anymore.
This is the end for him here in Jacksonville this year.
But I mean, Calvin Ridley, Christian Kirk, and Zay Jones all together.
And then we draft a rookie, a star wide receiver. Yeah, I think we'll be set now.
Yeah.
Now if we can just get Trevor to throw the ball on point.
Yeah.
Let's see what else. There was Bradley Chubb, Nyheim Hines, Calvin Ridley. TJ Hawkinson got traded from Detroit to Minnesota.
Yeah.
That's big for Minnesota.
I mean, Minnesota surprisingly has killing that division this year.
I noticed. I saw something on Twitter. Irv Smith is out 8 to 10 weeks, so I think that's why they made the trade.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which I mean that helps them out a lot.
Yeah. Detroit's going 1-16 now. I feel like Hawkinson was their go-to guy with everybody being hurt. What, Amon St. Brown, DJ Chark, they were hurt.
1-16.
Yeah, there's 17 games in the season.
Yeah, but hasn't Detroit already won?
No, they've won 1 game. They're 1-6.
I don't know why I was thinking they've won a few games.
Well, they've been in every game, almost.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think there's any more noticeable ones.
Roquan Smith.
Yeah, Roquan Smith to Baltimore. Baltimore's defense just got a little better, a lot better.
Yeah.
And Chase Claypool to the Bears from Pittsburgh.
Chase Claypool to the Bears, which that doesn't matter. I mean, I would love to have Chase Claypool, but him going to the Bears does nothing.
Yeah.
That team sucks. Them adding Claypool literally does nothing because they don't have an offensive plan or quarterback or anything to get him,
Yeah, Justin Fields ain't the guy.
Like the ball anyways. So, I mean, yeah, I guess he is a positive addition, but there's just not a team there for him to make an impact.
Yeah. And I believe the Steelers traded for a Washington DB. I don't know his name, but yeah. I think that's all the trades that I saw.
Nice.
I'm shocked the Jags didn't trade Jawan Taylor or all the rumors with Josh Allen. I'm glad they didn't trade Allen, but, I thought something else would have happened here.
Yeah, no, I would have been pissed if we traded Josh Allen away.
Yeah. All right, let's get started with the review of the London game.
All right, I'm gonna take this off. They're making my ears sweat.
Okay. You didn't watch the game, did you? Were you sleeping?
Yeah, I was.
You had a late night Saturday
night in Savannah.
Yeah,
I
so
was nursing a hangover, and I slept in.
I watched it a little bit and listened to it while I was at work, and I mean, they were making plays and they weren't making plays. Trevor, I mean, the bright side of that game was Travis Etienne.
Oh yeah,
he had 150 plus yards. I mean, and Ingram had that 30-yard touchdown at the beginning, but it all falls back on Trevor and play calling and stuff like that. And defense.
Oh my gosh, play calling, bro.
If
you have a young, inexperienced quarterback and he's still trying to get his feet under him, why when you're on the goal line, when you have a running back like Travis Etienne, why are you not 3 hard plays trying to pound it in? Why are you even giving him the option to throw?
Yeah,
that was just
dumb
play.
Not just throw, but the rollout play he threw against the Texans, and he did the same thing.
Yeah, that was just dumb coaching.
Gosh. If you watch the replay, I've watched it multiple times, but he's rolling out to the right. He goes to throw the ball. Marvin Jones is over here, where Trevor's even throwing the ball is behind Marvin Jones. So the guy if it got past the guy who picked it off, it would have been picked off by the guy covering Marvin Jones because it was behind Marvin. So, and Trevor's accuracy issues, he's either overthrowing or underthrowing, or throwing way too hard on short passes.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I just think that was definitely dumb play calling.
Yeah.
Especially look at the numbers Etienne, why?
He was averaging, I want to say, 7 to 10 yards a carry.
Yeah.
The next time down on the field, they ran it every play in the red zone and they scored a touchdown. All right, so let's keep talking about Trevor. The last drive where we're down by 4 and a minute and a half, running back has 150 yards. We got 85 yards to go. 1st and 10, Trevor throws an interception.
Oh, damn. I did not see that one.
Yeah, he threw an interception. Like I said, your running back's the start of the game. Just hand the ball off. You got 2 timeouts, but he throws. I think he tries too hard.
Yeah.
He goes for the big play. Not really the big play, but apparently he had, who was it? I don't remember. One of the wide receivers wide open in the middle of the field, and he went to Kirk. It's like Trevor picks a guy every drive. Okay? He picks one guy every drive, and he goes to him that whole drive. I don't know. That's just me. And defense, man. We have had the lead every game in the 4th quarter, besides Philly, And our defense just sucks. Yeah. They just give it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember talking to y'all about that, texting or whatever, and saying y'all said we had the lead in the 4th quarter, and then you and Brandon were talking about watch what defense is gonna we're gonna give it up.
Yeah.
We're gonna mess it up.
And you know what play they messed it up with? The same play we lost to Washington with Shaq, that deep ball on the right side, and the same play how we lost to Indy. The same play. Russell just threw it right over the guy, and he caught it for. It wasn't a touchdown, but he got a deep ball with it. Yeah. It just sucks. Our defense needs to find a way to finish games after we take the lead.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have much to say about that game other than it was disappointing.
Yeah.
I mean, you heard me. I don't know.
Yeah, no,
I was upset.
You were depressed.
I wasn't depressed. I was upset. It's like we if we want to keep doing this, we want to have some wins here, Like, dang.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know. It's hard sometimes.
It's hard sometimes. I wonder how guys with Cleveland, like before they started winning games, like.
Or look at Bills fans for years.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. You just gotta stick with it. They'll win eventually.
Yeah.
All right. So that's the preview. That's the review. Let's go with our 10-game pick'em.
All right. So last week's pick'ems, we'll just run through them.
Yeah.
So Baltimore at Tampa Bay. I picked Baltimore.
We both had Baltimore.
All right, and Baltimore ended up winning, of course. Tampa Bay has been sucking lately. Denver at Jax. You picked Denver. I picked Jacksonville, and Denver won, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Carolina at Atlanta. I picked Carolina.
And I picked Atlanta, so I got the win there.
You got that one right. Thanks to DJ Moore.
Yep.
Chicago at Dallas. I picked Dallas. No, I did not pick Chicago.
I picked Dallas as well.
So we both got that right. Arizona at Minnesota. I picked Minnesota.
Minnesota as well.
All right, we both got that right. Las Vegas at New Orleans. I think we both picked Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And New Orleans freaking blew them out.
Yeah.
Shut them down. New England at the Jets. I originally was going to pick the Jets, and I crossed it out and picked New England.
Mm-hmm.
And you picked the Jets.
I had the Jets.
And I got it right, New England.
L for me.
Washington at Indy. Same thing. I originally picked Indy, and I crossed it out and picked Washington.
Yep, I
You
had
picked
Washington as well.
We both got that right. San Fran at the Rams. We both picked San Fran and got that right. And freaking McCaffrey, dude.
He had a rushing, passing, and receiving touchdown.
Like, talk about how lucky is that team to get him?
Yeah.
Like,
They're going to win that division. They beat the Rams twice already.
Yeah.
So.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Giants at Seattle. I picked Seattle.
You got lucky there. The Giants. I had the Giants.
And Seattle won.
You know, let me talk about that game for a minute. I watched it. And Seattle is in a rebuild year. They're running with Geno Smith as their quarterback. Okay? Geno, just to get through the year to draft another quarterback. This man is probably having one of the best years he's ever had.
Well, think about it. It's like Jags when Foles went out. The Minshew Magic year.
Yeah.
That's sort of how Geno Smith is.
Yeah. True. But Geno, Seattle is leading their division, I believe. Yeah. And wait, no, they're in the same division as San Francisco, so I don't know. But Seattle, Geno is a most improved type of player. You know, he's having a heck of a year.
Yeah.
But
all right, so I went 7-3 there, right?
Yeah, and I went 6-4.
So our new records.
I'm 31-29, and I think you're 36-24.
Ray, 31-29.
Yeah.
Make sure your math is right.
Yes.
Okay. And then I'm 36-24. Yes, that's correct. I'm still 5 games ahead.
I'll get there.
Oh, yeah. If anybody's looking to do any betting parlays or anything, they know to follow me with my picks.
Okay. What?
Adam's just texted me about me planning a trip out there in February.
Oh, okay.
To Texas.
All right. That's.
All right. So.
On to this week's.
Oh, this week's.
Yeah.
Okay. This week's pick'em. So we're gonna do, of course, the Thursday night game like always. We're doing Philly and Houston. I don't want you seeing my shit.
I'm not gonna look at your paper.
All right, Philly at Houston, and then we're doing the Chargers at Atlanta, Miami at Chicago, Green Bay at Detroit, Indy at New England, Buffalo at the New York Jets, Las Vegas at Jacksonville, Seattle at Arizona, the Rams at Tampa Bay, and Tennessee at Kansas City. So, starting with Philly at Houston, who are you picking?
I went with Philly.
For real?
Yeah, I went with Philly. That's a shocker,
I'm
ain't
just
it?
kidding.
Oh.
Yeah, Philly. Of course.
Yep.
All right, Los Angeles Chargers at Atlanta.
I went with the Chargers.
I went with the Chargers too.
Yeah, I was skeptical about that one.
Yeah, no, Atlanta, just because they just beat Carolina or whatever, they're still not a good enough team in my eyes to.
Yeah.
I think Chargers will handle that one easily.
Yeah.
Miami at Chicago.
I went with Miami.
I went with Chicago.
Really?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, wow.
Miami, of course. Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill are going to do their thing again.
Yeah.
And Tua is back strong.
Yeah.
Green Bay at Detroit.
I went with Green Bay.
I went with Green
I
Bay
think
as
Green
well.
Bay gets over the slump here.
The
for
way
1 week.
my reasoning for this is Detroit is more of a soft team. And Green Bay should be fired up after the hell of a game they just played against Buffalo. Yes, they got beat, but look at look how like they performed compared to the past games recently.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Okay.
And they were still coming back to try to
Yeah.
They were still trying to hang in that game.
Yeah.
It's not like they got blown out by Buffalo. So I think they take that momentum, and I think this is going to be the week that you see a different Green Bay team. Not saying they're going to sustain it, but they will win this game.
Okay.
Indy at New England.
I went with New England.
I went with New England as well. Buffalo at the Jets.
I went with Buffalo.
I went with Buffalo. They're on a. I mean, they're unstoppable right now.
So we have the same pick so far.
Them and Philly, I think, basically are like just automatic. Like you must pick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Las Vegas at Jacksonville.
I went with Vegas.
Oh, surprise, surprise. I'm ashamed to say.
You went with Vegas
I
too?
went with Vegas.
Yeah, even though they just got shut out by New Orleans,
So they're
until we win.
And same thing until we win. And the reason I went with Vegas was opposite of Green Bay. The momentum, they just got blown out, shut down by New Orleans. They're embarrassed right now.
Angry.
They're coming for revenge. They're out for blood.
You know, I heard this on the radio today on the way home. Vegas is having the same type of year we're having. They're 2-6 as well, and they're having all these close games.
Yeah.
You know that they're capable of winning, but they can't.
Yeah.
Like besides this past Sunday.
Right. Seattle, Arizona.
I went with Arizona just because it's at home.
I went with Arizona.
Okay.
I think Kyler Murray outperforms Geno Smith, even though Geno Smith's been doing great.
Okay.
The Los Angeles Rams at Tampa Bay.
Who did you go with?
The Rams, of course.
You went with the Rams. I went with the Rams. Damn.
And Tennessee at Kansas City.
I went with Kansas City.
I went with Kansas City.
So I will not gain any gains on you this week.
Wait, did we pick all the same?
We picked all the same this week.
Oh, well, that's boring. Damn.
I mean, it happens.
Yeah, I guess.
Because we don't talk about this beforehand. So,
yeah,
I mean,
it's improv.
Yeah. So, I mean...
I'm sure people can tell plenty by watching our show that it's mostly improv.
Yeah.
There's no organization or professionalism to this.
No. Not yet, at least.
All right, so those are our picks. I would normally say if you got some bets to make, parlays, to listen to what I said, but he made the same picks as me.
I made the same picks, yeah.
So.
Yeah. All right, so that's the pick 'em. Let's move on to the Vegas and Jags preview.
I'm hoping it's going to be a great game.
Yeah. I mean, as you can tell, the last 8 have been great.
Well, what you just said basically is we're the same team.
Yeah.
So I think, even though I picked Vegas, I think it's going to be the same as usual. We're going to have the lead in the fourth quarter, and then they're going to find a way to win. It's going to be a very close game. And
I didn't think about this, and I don't have, Devontae could have a big game with our defense.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. I didn't even think
about
him.
I didn't even think about him.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Devontae.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is Waller completely healthy?
I don't know.
Not that he's been doing anything, but he's still a threat.
Yeah. They're all a threat. It's the Jags. Okay.
Yeah, you got Renfro, Matt Collins, right? Yeah. Yeah.
Josh
Jacobs. So, got to put pressure on Derek Carr. We always say this. I know we always say this.
We got to put pressure. Pressure is non-existent here in Jacksonville, okay?
It was at the beginning of the season.
2 games. The first 2 games, it was there. And then it's like, okay, guys, just step back a few, you know.
3 games.
The first 3 games? Yes, because it was the Colts too, and yes. But, this one, I wouldn't say is a big game. I feel like the Jags, unfortunately, have already given up on the season.
Yeah.
But, I mean, right now they're the 2nd pick overall in the draft. Or, no, I'm sorry. They're in the top 5. A lot of people have already talked about...
Tanking?
No, not tanking. a lot of people have already started the draft talk this week because of the loss to Denver, but I'm not there yet.
I haven't even looked at the players coming out and who would we even consider tanking for.
I think we'll just get rid of the word tanking, okay? Because we're playing in every game.
I know. But at some point,
unless they're making it look really good.
At some point, I'm not saying the team's tanking. At some point, if we keep losing, even if they're close games, at some point when it is obvious your season is completely over, the fans are gonna start doing like we were last year, like time to tank. Like, do not mess up our draft pick.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't know what draft picks are coming out that I'm like necessarily excited about. I know there will be, but
we'll look at those.
I haven't looked at.
We'll talk about them coming up in the next couple.
I'm sure Sam's already looked at all of them, and he'll let me know.
Yeah. Yeah, man, I don't know, this game, it's not a big game. It's a home game. Weather should be good. I mean, it'll be fun.
Oh, yeah, it'll definitely be fun.
Yeah.
I'll be there tailgating like always.
Yeah. I just want to see Trevor. I want him, he had a really good 2 games before last week.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I had him as my thrust last week. You know, and I failed at that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I just hope he gets right back on track and he shares the ball with all the receivers. And I mean, I don't have much to say about ETN because he gets his job done.
I want to see Peterson whoever. I want to see coaching make smart calls.
Yeah.
Overall, Peterson has been a great coach. He has turned this team around. Like, even though our record doesn't necessarily reflect it, like, we are in all these games. Like, it is a completely different team from Urban Meyer. But he needs to clean up, just like Trevor needs to clean up his mistakes, Peterson needs to clean up his.
Yeah.
That stupid throwing the ball on the goal line when you've got Trevor Lawrence who hasn't, like, quite settled in.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to put the ball in his hands, have him run the ball. Do not give him the option to throw it. Yeah. You've got a running back that's been pounding the ball all game, and you have three downs to get it. Even 4, if you want to do 4 hard.
Yeah.
Like, he's gonna get in if you give him 4 chances.
Watching ETN when he gets the ball behind the line of scrimmage, it's like he's playing a game and he hits a speed boost right when he grabs the ball and he just shoots right through the line.
Oh, yeah.
And this man, he'll sit there getting tackled and you see him shoot out, shoot out. Like he's so little. And, he fights for yards.
Yeah.
So, but I just want to see improvement.
Yeah.
We've seen it, and then it gets taken away by Trevor's mistakes or defensive mistakes. You know, I mean, we put up 17, and Denver put up 21, and they're averaging like 9 or 12 points a game. Yeah. So defense needs to step it up a little bit.
Yeah.
This is a tougher test than Denver.
I think so. Even though they just got blown up by New Orleans, that game I don't think shows like what their true talent is.
Yeah.
I definitely think this is a tougher test than Denver.
Yeah, I mean, it's just going to get tougher from here.
Yeah.
We got Kansas City coming up soon at Kansas City, so that could get real nasty.
Somebody's going to have to lock down Devontae.
Yeah. And who's that going to be? Tyson Campbell. He's our best DB. Yeah. All right, you got anything else to preview? No?
A lot of good games coming up this week. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. All right, y'all. That's it for tonight's episode. I'm Raymond.
And I'm Scar. This is the Brew Sportscast.
Until next time.
Keep it brewing.